This is where MAGA comes to talk. All right, well, now we know the big secret why the Autopin administration of Joe Biden and the Chris Wray FBI did not get the pipe bomber, because now that they've been identified and we know who they are, well, African American. So what you have here is a case of black privilege. You know, if Donald Trump would never have been reelected, they were going to let the pipe bomber go free forever. They basically had, they weren't going to be prosecuted, to be, remember, hold on guys, I'm turning here. The navigation isn't going to like the way I'm going, so it's going to tell me to go another way. Hold on.
Continue for 7.2 miles.
They were going to let him completely get away with this. They knew who he was. Remember, Kash Patel said today, they didn't uncover any new evidence. All the evidence was there. So the Biden, Chris Wray FBI were very well aware of the identity of the pipe bomber, but because he's black, they want to arrest him. I mean, where is the logic in that? I am heading to a my first Christmas party. And the person having it is someone that you guys know, but I'm not going to say who, because I don't know if they want people to know. It's kind of a private affair. I've got my jacket hanging up in the back. You know, when the story broke today, right as I was ending, and they were holding back on the ID and everything else, the media, I knew something was not right with that. Something was not right with that. And if you follow this guy, the pipe bomber, he's got all kinds of left-wing connections, and more are going to come out. You know, one question that I was hoping that Kash and Bongino would have been asked about the pipe bomber is, when they rolled up and arrested him, was he surprised? You know, a lot of times these guys, they expect to be caught, just a matter of when. And, you know, another thing, too, I wonder about his family. You know, you can recognize people on their walk, on their gait, on their stance, even if they're completely covered up, right? You don't think his family recognized him with all of these videos and still images and everything we've seen of the pipe bomber? How could they not recognize him? This, by the way, my wife, early Christmas present. This is a, I got it. I know where I'm going. This is a Trump tie. I love how the navigation wants me to make a U-turn. I know where I'm going. I live here. I think it's a Trump tie that my wife got me for Christmas. She got me a couple of these. But since it's a Christmas holiday party, I'm wearing the red one. Be a little festive for Christmas. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Yes or no? Do you think that Chris Wray and the Biden administration didn't arrest him because they knew who he was and he was black? What do you guys think? Did they not arrest him and let him get away with it because he is black? What do you guys think? Yes or no? I think yes. I mean, what is the mindset in that? What's the mindset with that? I mean, how, you know, because that's not just a single person decision, right? That's a lot of people. A decision that big has to go through a lot of people at the FBI, the upper levels of the Justice Department. It has to go to through the Attorney General. It has to go through the White House as well. I would normally say the President, but Biden's so checked out. It had to have gone through the White House as well. I mean, how many people had to sign off on let pipe bomber get away with his crimes? I'm also curious because, you know, when Kash Patel said that they didn't collect any new evidence, that it was all there and they went through it, I'm wondering if the Ray FBI destroyed any evidence, or just messed it all up so it wasn't organized, so it was possible for them to identify who the pipe bomber was. They had to have known. Yeah, now we know. Everybody said a lot of yeses. How do you think they process that? Like, how do they tell themselves, well, it's okay not to arrest the pipe bomber? I mean, is it like reparations? Is it like he's allowed to get away with an act of terrorism because he's not white? I mean, how does anyone, even a liberal, justify that in their mind? I don't see how they do it. I got a bit of a drive to where I'm going. And I'm not used to being on the road at this hour of the day with my schedule. So, this, you know, I'm usually not on the road at these hours. So I'm not used to driving in all this traffic. Oh my goodness. It's gonna take me about a little less than an hour to get where I'm going, and with the traffic. When I'm coming home, it'll be much faster. This is just nuts. This is just nuts. Rush hour traffic. Now, I'll tell you another thing. You know, we'll get more information about this from the Justice Department and the FBI as it goes on. But all of us, and I'm a part of that, been very impatient with Kash and Bongino. Give me a yes or no on this. Does this in any way in your mind redeem Bongino and Kash Patel? We've been so impatient with them getting the pipe bomber. There's no way these people are going to let me get left. I think it does. I'm looking forward to getting more details on how they actually did it. But Bongino seemed, yeah, a little, yeah. Bongino said there was like, they came across one thing and they're like, oh, this is it, we got him. But he wouldn't tell us what that one thing was. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, all right? This is where MAGA comes to talk. This traffic sucks. The road's all red. Getting on here. No one's gonna let, I gotta get left. Luckily, I'm in a small car. But I may have to go past and make a U-turn. This guy doesn't like it, but it's happening, dude. Gee whiz. People take it so personally. I didn't cut him off or anything. Always use your turn signals. Benefits of a small car. And my other car, I never would have made it through here. I'm just, for the life of me, I'm trying to figure out how the Chris Wray and Biden Autopin administration, they find out who the pipe bomber is. He's black, and then they make this, well, we can't arrest him because he's black. How do they process that? I got to sneeze. How do they process that? And how do they tell themselves it's okay not to arrest him because he's black? How do they do that? I mean, it's an act of terrorism. Thank you for the bless yous. I'm not in stop and go traffic. I am stopped. Well, welcome from Bangladesh. Welcome to America. Oh my goodness. This traffic. Once I get on the highway, it'll hopefully fine. I'm 50 minutes away from my destination, it says, in the current traffic. But I'm glad they got him. I mean, that's a big bust, you know? That's a big bust. But, you know, he is, you know, somebody like that does, you know, shouldn't they be charged with terrorism charges? Right? I think so. Because that's exactly what it was. Oh, dressed up, I look different? Yeah, I showed this earlier. This is a Trump tie my wife got me for Christmas. Well, if you come on the cruise, you get to see me dressed up throughout the week. I even shaved. I can't wear the Trump hat where I'm going, but I could, you know, it's not formal enough. But I got the Trump tie on. No spamming, please. I don't mind people that disagree, but don't spam. All right, if you don't mind. Appreciate it. I mean, you know, the virtue signaling from these liberals, you know, Donald Trump, he could have retired and had a great life, and he came back for this second and non-consecutive term to get the country back on track. It's a big reset. It's not just a reset in this country, it's a global reset. But when you see the people that were running this country who are letting a domestic terrorist get away with things because of his skin color, you can really see where this country would have gone with a Kamala Harris presidency. Think about it. If Kamala Harris would have won, who's a complete boob, these social justice DEI warriors that are letting the pipe bomber get away with domestic terrorism would have been running the country, and the vice president would be Tim Walz, who's so deep into this Somalian billion-dollar corruption deal. He's like, how dare you come after these poor Somalian people, right? That's who would have been running the country. What would this country have been like if Donald Trump had not won this election? What would the country have been like? We would be moving to Canada, where there's no freedom, but it'd be better than here. The country would have been over. We would have lost it all. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. President Trump saved us. I'm really hoping, and I'm sure there's a secondary investigation, which is probably already going on, as to why they didn't pursue this. Come on. I'm moving about 3 feet a second. It says I'm 48 minutes from where I'm going. That is so hard. There's a lot of traffic getting on the highway. Once I'm on the highway, it's pretty clear. But the road I'm on now, the map is all red. I'm glad I left what I did. My wife told me to leave at 5:15. I'm like, that's too early. She's like, no, you better leave at 5:15. She was right. I'm going to get there right on time. Uh-oh, I'm in the intersection. Oh, this is not good. I thought I had another car length to go. I misjudged. Oh, here we go. Good. All right, I'm not sure which lane to be in.
Turn left to take the road.
But I'll tell you, when they came out there today, that was the first time I've seen Bongino with something official, I think. At least in a long time. And if we find out that he has spent this whole year working on this case, I think that goes a long way to redeem him, don't you? But I don't think any of us need to feel bad for being impatient. Oh, I hate this. I'm not sure which lane to be in. I think this one. Let's see. This signage here is terrible, and I just forget. There's one lane if you're going north and one lane if you're going south, and if you get in the wrong lane, you're screwed. But I think I'm in the right lane. Welcome, everyone. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. No, well, they've got more indictments coming down on Comey and Letitia James, it's been reported. But I cannot wait to hear the process that they went through to identify this guy. And all the Chris Ray evidence that they left around. You know, there's other people that need to be identified. I'd like, since this guy, what he did on January 6th, it opens up a, let's see here, am I in the right lane? Yes. But of course I'm not going to make the light. Shoot. This is the beginning of opening up the floodgates of what really happened on January 6th. I would like them to identify the guy wearing all black that broke the glass on the window at the Capitol and opened up the door. I'd like to know who that is, too, wouldn't you? But the Gateway Pundit story from a week or two ago was wrong. Very wrong. I'm at the end of the red on the map, and now the next stretch is yellow, but then after that it says free and clear, so for a while at least. I would hate to drive in rush hour every day. That's right, make America great again. That's right. Oh, here we go. Oh, this sucks.